Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, it's going to be a match between Clem and ShoWTimE from last month. It's a Wardiii replay here on Deathaura. Bottom right, it is ShoWTimE, the German Protoss, and on the top left, it is Clem. He is our French Terran player. He is the new hotness. He is 18 years old and taking the world by storm in 2021. I would not be surprised if he got it to the quarterfinals of the World Championships for 2021. But that's a long way off. We'll have to wait and see. I just want to see how he would stack up against the Protoss. ShoWTimE. He is the best foreigner player here. So if you want to be the best here, Clem, you need to beat ShoWTimE, the elder statesman. Which is kind of weird to say, but he's been around a lot longer than Clem. That is for sure. Alright, so here on Deathaura, again, this is a Wardiii replay. Got it from Wardiii himself on his Discord server. And if you don't know who Wardiii is, I'll put a link in the description to him on Twitch and on YouTube as well. He just sets up his own StarCraft 2 tournaments, and he's very successful. So, let's go ahead and see what's going on here. Probe attacking the SCV. Another SCV pulled off to defend his buddy. They teach that in SCV school, you know. If your friend is building anything and a probe comes along and there's nobody else around, pull off the minerals and defend them. And all the little SCV pilots go, okay, that sounds like a good idea. This is blocking a Reaper hop-up spot, but it's Marine first here from Clem. Racks expand into a reactor here. Gateway expand here from ShoWTimE. We've got the cybernetics core coming up. We've got second gas on the way. Everything is beautiful. Second pylon here too. So yeah, the second pylon just tells Clem that, alright, there's not a proxy anywhere, and he saw the expansion too, so nothing too crazy out of ShoWTimE. Clem can pretty much go for whatever he wants here on two bases. Third base would actually be pretty safe to go for at this point as well. But we'll see what he does. Factory under construction. And it is a Stargate opening out of ShoWTimE. We don't see this a whole ton in the current meta versus Terran, but we'll see what he's trying to do it here. Kind of interested. There's a bunker at the front just to deal with any adepts that are definitely on the way. Because 100%, you make adepts in early game against both Zerg and Terran. So, both Zerg and Terran prepare for it. It's just how it is. It's their best option, right? Zealots and Stalker is not as good. Adepts are good at scouting and getting out of situations that are dangerous, like this one. See? You just throw the shade up there. It forces the Marines to kind of respond to it a little bit. And then the Adept... Oh, hang on. Look out, Adept. We're not like, you are fine. I remember saying that. Oh, that's so close. Gets to the speed zone, 14 HP, and is not dead. Well played. Deathaura. Starport. Ooh, Widowmine dropping. We got Clem going for the Widowmine drop. We do have an Oracle on the way, first Oracle of the day. This Oracle's name is simply 4K. This is the clearest Oracle you will ever see. Well, okay. I mean, I am casting in 4K, so that makes a lot of sense to me why that would be the case. So yeah, if you're watching this on you know, a 4K TV, or you have a nice 4K monitor, then you can choose the 4K option down below in the bottom right, and there you go. Or even 1440p. Right? If you have 1440p, that option's available too because it's a 4K cast. Anything you want, right? It goes down. Doesn't go up, but it goes down. So Oracle trying to swing on in here, but there is a Widowmine burrowed somewhere. Where are you, Widowmine? Let's see if we can find you. Are you probably, I'm going to guess, behind the refinery? Where's the medevac going? I guess looking for stuff to heal as necessary. So Oracle just casting Revelation. Trying to keep an eye on all these Marines and see what they're doing. But regular old drop moving out. I cannot. Oh, it's just right there in the mineral line. It's a good spot because there's always an SCV on top of it. I like that spot from Clem quite a bit. So it is not a Widowmine drop. It is a Widowmine defensive setup. And he's going to go for a regular old one medevac, bunch of Marines drop here. The Oracle's like, there's enough Marines back home that it's not a huge attack incoming, but it's a small attack incoming. Oh, and it's only Phoenix. Ooh, unload now. Decides that 2 Phoenix is too scary for his 8 Marines, which, do I agree with that? Clem is much smarter than I am. See, look, they're unloaded. They're keeping the Phoenix away. I'm very interested in that choice. Yeah, the Oracle comes over, throws down a Revelation, so it doesn't have any energy to go for a Pulsar Beam attack, but nevertheless, third base on the way from ShoWTimE, just about done. No sign of a third here from Clem, though. Looks like he is more interested in going for more Marines, more Marauders, Stim, Combat Shield, +1 attack. He is ready to rock. He's ready to 2-base ShoWTimE into oblivion. We'll see if it works out for him or not. Yeah, that's just keeping his peoples alive. 3 Phoenix out. We're not going for a ton of Phoenix today. It is 4, but production on that has stopped. We're making additional gateways back home if we are ShoWTimE. And Widow Mine set up. The Phoenix are not interested in going too far in there. Ooh, and actually losing a Phoenix. Oh, and you only have 4 of them. Losing one of them is a 25% reduction in your forces, and that might encourage you to get the heck on out of there, I suppose. But yeah, no third base, man. Clem is at the very least going to go for a big attack here. Might be an all-in, where he doesn't even try to expand behind this at all, and he just sets up, goes for the huge push, and hopes that ShoWTimE's 3 bases. And how many workers? 60 workers means he doesn't have enough of an army to repel it, which seems like it's entirely possible that's what could happen here. I mean, there's not a lot going. There's 5 Zealots, man. 5 Zealots and 3 Adepts is the ground army. I guess there are 3 Sentries as well. With Guardian Shield and stuff, that could be pretty good. But, yeah, man. Clem going for it. I'm still looking for the third. There's the third base. Okay, so he's getting a third behind it. He recognizes that the odds of a 2-base attack beating somebody who's good at ShoWTimE are fairly low. We don't like those odds at all. Ooh, small group over on the right side too. So we're going to get all of the attention of ShoWTimE by heading this way. And then maybe going for another drop inside the main. Even scanning to make it seem like he's really setting up to go over here, which kind of is. I don't think he wants to A-move into this because there's a shield battery with overcharge available. He's trying to get the shield battery. If he can target fire it. Nice force fields. Ugh, the Zealots mashing those Marines and Marauders up against that wall and killing them. Dropping inside. Oh, actually, not even dropping inside the main base. Just killing this pylon. Going after the Cyber Core while ShoWTimE remains utterly distracted at this point. He's not responding to this at all, and he's going to lose his Cyber Core. There you go. Send some Zealots over to try to handle this. And actually, this whole group is toast because the medevac has no evacuations available. Or it does have an evacuation available, but yeah, everybody's dead regardless because medevac was not getting very far. That's pretty good stuff. On the other side, once again, defending with with the shields, with the force fields here. So, I don't know. A little bit of damage. Cybernetics Core, Pylon killed. ShoWTimE has to replace the Cyber Core. Charge lot, good unit, it all turns out here. Storm's on the way. And the third base is up for Clem. But if we look at the income tab here, it is favoring ShoWTimE pretty heavily and has been for the last couple of minutes. Again, having the 3 bases is nice. The 4th base is now warping in as well. Got a stasis ward on the top of the ramp for some reason. Just more Marines, more Marauders. And armor upgrades here for Clem. Oh, something just killed. Little Widow Mine drop down here at the 3rd base. Does end up taking out a couple of probes, but nothing too life-shattering, earth-shattering, changing it all. Coming up this ramp when Storm is done is suicide. Let's not do that. Guardian Shield up preemptively just in case Clem decides to go for this play. And he's trying to bait the Storms out, and he does, and actually soaking the Zealots in a Storm there. Ugh. Pretty good split by Clem. However, on the response, again, getting up this ramp is just not going to happen. Widow Mine's firing on a couple of these Zealots. Storm on the Widow Mines, though. Those are harder to micro out of it, but it also takes more than one Storm to kill them. What are we looking at over here? I guess the Phoenix finally took down that, that scary, scary medevac that was trolling around. Oh, Widow Mine some friendly fire damage as well. They're all on cooldown at the same time. Too many charge lots, and Clem is forced to retreat from this position. Coming down the left side, though, with more Marines and more Marauders. All right. Is that a 4th? That's a 4th base under construction here, but I really like ShoWTimE's odds of winning this game. Again, I know that Clem's playing really well. Nice Widowmine connection. But at this stage, ShoWTimE's ahead, right? Deathaura is a really, really tough base to attack into your enemy with, so going for these early attacks is not as good as just sitting on 4 bases, covering your ramp, and covering this little choke and calling it a day. War Prism is out for ShoWTimE. We see you down here, sneaky, sneaky War Prism. What are you up to? I don't know that ShoWTimE wants to engage out here all this much. Yeah, he's going to back on out. It's kind of like Zerg and Creep. There is no Creep. But the closer you are to your shield batteries as Protoss, the happier you're going to be. As the shield battery heals up that Zealot lickety split. Colossus in production. We do like to see about 3 Colossus against Terran. And suddenly the ground forces are struggling a little bit against those 3 Giraffes. Once again, Clem just trying to bait ShoWTimE down this ramp as much as Terranly possible here. Marauders getting wiped out. A couple Zealots here and there. Ooh, he does get that final Widowmine, but 2 more behind it. Because Clem likes dem Widowmines. Ghost Academy on the way. He recognizes this game is going to need the EMP sooner rather than later. Beautiful storm going down there. Ah, so nice. And just additional tech labs. So very Marine Marauder heavy. The pressure is real right now from Clem. It is overly Marauder, though, isn't it? Yeah, 19 Marauders to 29 Marines. It's an expensive Marauder-heavy comp for sure. ShoWTimE's expanding again? Yeah, I mean, Clem took his 4th base, so ShoWTimE taking a 5th makes sense at this stage of the game. Engagement in the middle of the map. Oh, 2 Colossus are out here, and Clem says, no, let's not go for that. Extended Thermal Lance is not actually done yet. It's rare that you see a Protoss using Colossus without Extended Thermal Lance. A little bit confused by that. But, oh, Medivacs 1, 2, 3 getting picked off. Another one, maybe. No, it boosts out of there. It does end up escaping, but Clem gets shoved all the way home. ShoWTimE's 5th base is a safe and happy place to be, but Clem chasing in. And shield battery overcharge coming up might be nice in this instance, but the shield battery goes down. There's another one on the other side here, and actually ShoWTimE just goes for a bit of a base trade. Like, fine, you want this Nexus? Cool. I'm going to come up this ramp. I'm going to kill your 3rd. Or actually, no. We're just going to recall, lose 10 probes, and then chase you away here. Also going to lose a Stalker. Ugh. Big old shot on an Archon. Ugh. The splash hitting some of those Colossus as well. Shadow Stride in production out of ShoWTimE here. Loving a good Shadow Stride DT Blink style play. Ghosts EMP the Warp Prism and murder it. It's just kind of hanging out on its own up here. Not sure what that was all about. So, Clem, nice job on 2 fronts again. Recognizing, okay, that's a big army from ShoWTimE coming up the left side. I have some reserve forces on the right side. Let's go in there, kill some probes, and then just force ShoWTimE to recall, which is what ShoWTimE did. Income advantage there. The spikes, the blue spikes are mules. And as the mules run out, we start moving down into Protoss territory. Widowmine very bravely sets up in range of cannons that are morphing in, or warping in, as the case may be. Shadow Stride is an upgrade that takes about forever, so are there any Dark Templar to use it? Nope. We'll see them maybe coming in, maybe warping in once that upgrade is done. Some Disruptors out as well. Loving that. Storm, Colossus, and Disruptor. ShoWTimE knows he needs all 3 of the Holy Trinity of splash damage to deal with Clem's large bio force here. I don't know if they could take another storm here, so they're going to go ahead and stutter step past, kill whatever they can. But stopping is death. They must keep moving here, and oh my gosh, keep moving. They can't stim anymore. Oh my gosh, they can stim just a little bit. They can stim just a little bit here. Chasing, chasing, chasing. Clem's army finally makes it back to the safety of the ramp. And 3 Liberators. And ShoWTimE feeling alright. He's expanding at this high ground double Vesping gas base. Loving that stuff. Clem sitting on 5 bases himself. His expansion has been his expansion timings and aggressiveness have been very, very good because again, that's what he's into. Really good macro player. Really fantastic on micro too. I mean, again, whatever weaknesses he might have, we don't see him now. Colossus engaging, but just too much with the EMP. Disruptor does get a nice hit off. Great Storm. And another, focusing down a Liberator there. Really nice stuff. Vikings trying to pick up the Colossus. A pretty scrappy little match here. Everybody seems a little bit injured on some level. And chasing Clem back further here is ShoWTimE, just putting more distance between Clem and this base. Liberator does end up setting up, but pretty good probe pull. Ooh, not a perfect probe pull, but the Liberator gets killed after getting only a couple probe kills anyway. I'm not sure what that scan is for Clem. I guess making sure this base isn't taken. Ah, he says, this scan reveals the truth. Well, obviously everything here is the truth, but there's a base here. There's not a base here. Clem says, two can play at this game. I'll take the high ground, Rich Vespine Geyser Dubla base myself. Carriers! Oh, ShoWTimE, you sneaky, sneaky, sneaky player. He's going, oh, there's not a lot of anti-air here. It's 17 Marauders and 18 Marines. Dude, a carrier transition is kind of genius right now. Meanwhile, I don't know what the heck is killing SCVs and where. Oh, DT with Shadow Stride was in there killing SCVs. He's got 5 kills to his name. That's pretty cool stuff. Dude, the carriers. What does the production tab look like? He scans and sees the carriers, and production tab says Liberators, I guess. More ghosts, I suppose. Oh, EMP jumped on the disruptors, killed them all. Oh, Clem. What an absolute baller move here. This little DT named Steve, he's got 6 kills, but gets EMP'd and wiped out because that is his weakness, is getting EMP'd for sure. Good grief and grief. All right, ShoWTimE. Liberators setting up defensively. Carriers don't care about your Liberators here. How much anti-air is there? There's enough to handle this number of interceptors, it would seem. That refinery goes down. Small group, really small group over here for Clem. I'm not sure they can handle like 4 cannons and a couple Dark Templar. Hang on. Oh, he saw that. Dude, his attention to detail is insane. Does have to use a scan on that one. Stalker's going to get rid of the Liberator. And by that I mean the Liberator might actually win this. Oh no, it's outside of the circle just barely. Thought the toe was sticking in there. Man, this is a great game. Good back and forth here for sure. More Vikings in production. That's what I was waiting to see do with these carriers, was more Vikings, because there's 5 of them with another 3 on the way. This is a commitment. This is not just a couple of carriers for the fun of it. Liberators slowly sieging forward. Stalkers trying to harass. Clem's attempted a 7th base on the left side here on Deathaura. +3 air weapons too. Ooh, love that if you're playing against carriers. Oh man. Absolutely yes. Alright, so this group kind of gets backed into a bit of a corner here. Clem maybe not liking what he sees, but the EMPs are keeping the Protoss away pretty effectively. Nova! Ho ho ho! Nova gets a big hit here. Are there enough Marines to actually, oh my gosh, to actually kill these interceptors? Yeah, but then we get Zealots coming onto the ground to make sure that the Marines can't just stand on in there. Wow, this is a great, great battle. Pushing back, Clem falling back for the safety of his planetary, or the relative safety thereof. ShoWTimE really wants to kill his planetary, but with landed Vikings and a PF here, it's not going to happen with a handful of Stalkers, I'm afraid. That bonus damage versus mechanical really coming into play here. ShoWTimE pushing in hard as can be. Really wants to take down this planetary. EMP again on these carriers, but is there enough anti-air to handle this? The missile turret is still alive, which I think ShoWTimE intended to kill that, would be my guess. The Marauders are just stimming in after the ground stuff. They do kill a Colossus, but man, Colossus carriers, pretty awesome stuff here. Clem does manage to shove it away. Enough Stalkers, ooh, with the DT blink to finish off this planetary. Nicely done. Okay, that was a huge get. Just barely enough to make that happen. It's 185 to 167 supply. ShoWTimE has a bank of minerals and some gas here. Clem's mineral bank is approximately nothing right now. He's going for ghosts, Marauders, Liberators, Vikings. A lot of this is gas that he is spending. Oh, hang on. The Colossus, just almost enough Vikings to one-shot him. But nope, it's a 2-shot scenario here. Oh, EMPs all over the Stalkers. Enough Vikings to handle the carriers. One of them does end up going down. Another one Ooh, damage getting poured into it. On these +3 Vikings, absolutely yes. Clem getting shoved away. He's 169 supply right now. His production tab is really heavy. He's got a lot of stuff in production here, but he's getting chased away again. And Clem is just the epitome of the Terran army that knows how to stutter step to within an inch of their lives, and it's really hard to just chase down. It's really frustrating stuff here. Oh, these interceptors doing work, and ShoWTimE pulls out the victory in 20 minutes and 32 seconds. I gotta say, this guy, he doesn't care. He's like, I know that Clem is what everybody's excited about right now, but let me show you what I can do, what I am still capable of doing. I am ShoWTimE. I'm the best forwarder Protoss right now. Probably, I mean, I don't know. Where does he rank on all of Protoss at the moment? He's not, you know, not #1, but he's up there for sure. And ends up going carriers against Clem and getting the win. Absolutely bonkers. If you had told me that he was going carriers against Clem, I'd always said, why does he want to die? But he recognized that Clem is going extremely heavy on Marauders, which the carriers are which they're useless against carriers. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful game there. Just disruptors, Storm, Colossus, carriers, charge lots, all the ingredients were there for that to be an absolutely fantastic game. And ShoWTimE gets the win. I loved his opening, how aggressive he was with the macro. Did end up killing one of Clem's bases, harassing another one. He did end up destroying 22 SCVs, but he lost 22 probes himself. Or 27 probes himself, I'm sorry. Huge number. 3 carriers, 3 Colossus, 3 Archons, 11 High Templar, 5 Disruptors. But on the other side, 25 Vikings died, and it really feels like that was just here and there, right? I don't remember a time that all the Vikings died in a battle. It was just piecemeal. 16 Liberators as well, and, you know, Protoss, a lot of Protoss are afraid of Liberators, but sometimes you just got to go in there, man. That's exactly what he did. 18 Ghosts, 124 Marines, 59 Marauders. Tried to sprinkle those Widow Mines in early. Didn't do a whole ton. ShoWTimE was very cautious and careful with them, and it paid off. So, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. All right, well, that right there is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.